Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Tune in, don't just come across. We do it all, y'all just for the talk. Might lose your mind when you hear these topics, no cap, think about it. Who you know going this hard, all real, always think about it. Best interviews, who is this? We don't do all this, that entrepreneurship. Come and link, join the viewership. Education, relationships, businesses, view the clips. This the Midwest takeover, going overtime to invent on focus. Bringing guests in from all over, whole lot of game, we don't need a closer. Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Turn them L's to lessons, we don't do the losses. Dedication daily, ain't no other options. Booking up these slots on every show we plotting. Pull up a chair, make sure you watching. Subscribe, get them notifications popping. Pull up all the champagne, we gon' get it poppin'.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? This is your boy Gotti on the Gotti's World Show. And today, we have a dope guest, man. When I say dope, this brother is dope, man. And I'm going to tell you the little backstory before I go ahead and jump into him. He reached out, man, and when I say he was about his business, it was straight through. It was clean. Everything was, man, woo, I'm ready to get on. I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying, show my talent, man, get my voice heard, get my face seen. And I'm just like, let's do it. Let's do it. Everything got taken care of, and we hitting that, man. That's honorable. That's honorable because a lot of people ain't doing good business around here. So, hey, this brother y'all need to know, and when y'all actually get a feel of him, and I get a feel of him, hey, man, I think we're gonna go ahead and rock out together. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, without a further ado, give it up for my boy, Pheel IsReal. What's up, my brother?
How's it going, man? How's it going?
How you feeling, big dog?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man.
You looking good.
Hey, appreciate it. Likewise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see you coming here. You got you all matched down to the T.
Yeah. I tried. You know, I tried. Yeah.
But look, bro. You said you watched an interview that I did have him, and you was interested. And my thing is to get to know the person.
Right.
We're gonna get to know the person inside out, the person behind the music.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go from the past, the present, and then the future.
Gotcha.
Like I told you, I did my homework.
Oh yeah.
So tell me about if you can.
Okay.
Tell me about the Mississippi days.
You know what?
Growing up.
Mississippi days, I remember just being very, very slow. I mean, I think I was a city boy at heart.
Okay.
But those Mississippi days, it was very slow pace, and I feel like I was more of a a city guy, because even when I was like stationed in Mississippi, either my father was in Chicago or my mother. Okay. So it still was a back and forth before I moved to Chicago permanently. But my world opened up when I came to Chicago, just coming from a small rural town, in Mississippi.
Yeah. Yes,
But it did what it did for me. A lot that I learned at a young age there, still carries on, and that's good and bad memories.
Do you still keep the morals that you have coming from? Because here, it's like you said, it's different living. Yeah. So down south, that pace, the morals, how they are down there. Hospitality.
I believe so, and people always remind me of that, because like I said, I'm in my 30s now. I moved to Chicago when I was about 6 years old, permanently.
Yes, sir.
And everybody says that. So I mean, I think I'm sure I do, and I'm always reminded of that, because just as you said, like whether it's women or guys I run into, where you from?
Where you from, bro?
That's why you different. You know what I'm saying? I always get it.
And it's crazy that you hear that.
Yeah.
You be like, man, what you mean? You should be the same. What? Because I say hey.
Right.
I say
exactly.
Hey.
I got manners. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Am I alien? But yeah, I get that all the time.
Yes,
it blows me though.
And you know what's so crazy, bro? It seemed foreign, because even when I have other artists here, no shade or anything like that, but a lot of motherfuckers just don't smile, bro. They don't smile. Their energy is either too cool.
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm just, you know what I'm
But
saying?
see, I'm an energy guy. I can
Me
feel
too.
it, and I give it.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So I know who around me and what's around me.
Yes, indeed. As you should.
Yeah.
As you should. Now, let me ask you a question, man, just to keep it rolling and actually just get into you. When you start in your day, bro, how do you center yourself?
How do I center myself?
How do you center yourself, like getting yourself ready to go out into the world? Like, what do you have to do to get yourself motivated, your head straight before you walk out them door?
It definitely is. It definitely is a method I have, because when I get up, I have to get up. So I usually give myself let's say if I have to be somewhere at 6, I'm getting up about 3:34, just to have about an hour to myself to get myself together. I get up, I meditate. You know, I have to listen to music. I have to listen to music. So it's a meditation, music, and I leave out an hour early. You know what I'm saying? I was always taught that, and it's just been a habit of mine. So I give myself a lot of room because, you know, I have to prep mentally,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, and
Yes, sir.
to get ready, as you said, go out in this world. So it's a healthy process for me. It works for me, you know.
Yes, sir.
So the key is giving myself enough time, and you know, that music, that meditation,
Yeah.
it usually sets my day straight forward. Because I just can't get up, get dressed, and get out. My day'll be screwed up. You know what I'm saying? It's just not me because I haven't followed those steps. I need to, you know,
Yes,
get
sir.
myself together before I get out here.
So
So,
throw your day off.
oh yeah,
Especially when you started
yeah,
it right.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'd rather be late. You know what I'm saying? Call my hey, look, I'll be 30 minutes late because getting dressed and getting out,
It just
a
don't
bad
work.
start. It just won't work. You know,
Yes,
I gotta
sir.
pray. I gotta do all that.
You gotta
know?
do all that.
Yeah.
It's great that you said that, bro, because and it's actually amazing because that's something I really want to get into, and I actually want to ask you, how did you get into that, the meditation?
You know what? I started that about, well, you know, honestly, since a kid, I had a form of meditation.
Mhm.
I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because me, now that I know, I'm sort of an introvert. So even as a kid,
Mhm.
I was a loner.
You the only child?
Nah, I'm the oldest 3 boys. It's 5 of us in all, 2 girls,
Okay.
3 boys.
Okay.
You know, but we was always separated. So, you know, that kind of fits in there, the only child
Yeah.
too. But
Yes,
I always tapped in to myself. You know what I'm saying? I do a little over here, but I always needed time to put on my headphones and just sit back in a rocking motion. It's weird, but form of meditation. I was doing that since a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now, the older I got, the more I understood. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
would say about 8 years ago, I started putting a bit more things into that formula. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
so you know, and
Mhm.
you know, spiritually, and a lot of key things that I've learned through life, and from, you know, healthy and positive guys. You know, with the religion and all. That's really where it started.
Yes,
When I
sir.
converted to Muslim.
Okay.
Back in Philadelphia about 7 years ago, running for myself. You know what I'm saying? Lost, not knowing what to do, and
Mm.
all that came into play. You know what I'm saying? I took my shahada, and so I just added a lot of more elements to my
Yes, sir.
existing meditation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To
Yeah.
give you more, do you think when you said you lost yourself, when you say you lost yourself, do you think that it might be a chance? Because if you see a lot of these young artists here,
Mhm.
what that's at a point, they get to a point to where they do lose themselves in these lights, these bright lights and shit like that. So
Yeah.
do you think since you have was at that point and now that you're a little older and you're more grounded,
Uh-huh.
that when you make it to that point or when you get to that status or in these different rooms to
Yeah.
where it might get,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, funny, you'll be like,
Absolutely.
you'll be okay.
I know what you're going. I would be, because I didn't went through the hard shit already. I done went through the hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. You curse on it, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't went through that stage, and you absolutely right. I tell people that all the time because I didn't been so down, and you know, so I done been through so much just in life, you know, since a kid up into now. So I'm definitely prepared. You know what I'm saying, for everything ahead that comes with this. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't been in, I would think, worse situations that I can ever. I didn't been through the hard part.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's nothing else bad I can run into that I won't know how to handle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just by what I been through, you know, and that was for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what now I have a purpose. So music is my passion. You know, I'm trying to make a living with this. I'm trying to provide for my family. So that just gives me more push, because it's like, I'm not gonna let nobody screw up that, or, you know. So
do you think this is do you think what you're doing now, like you said, it is a passion, but do you think it is your purpose?
I believe so. I believe so. I think the main thing that's kind of been in that way of actually seeing that and pursuing that is myself.
Mm.
You know, and until I had that awakening, you know, because music has helped me even through life. Like those bad moments I spoke about,
It
those
does.
bad moments.
That's what it do.
Music, you know, has never let me down. You know, it's been more of a medication. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes, it
definitely can
has.
say that. Whether I'm listening to it and overcome some, or whether some inspires me and I write. You know, so
Mm.
either way. So I believe it is because it's helped me deal with so much. You know what I'm saying? And it's a therapy for me. When I'm in the studio, when I'm writing and recording, it's beyond music for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a mental foundation for me. It's therapy. You know, when I'm in the studio, I'm somebody. I can just be totally myself. Put it like that. I can be 100% myself. Whatever's on my mind, whatever's I'm going through. You know, that beat, that pen, that mental method
Mhm.
of coming up with concepts is nothing like it. You know what I'm saying?
So, what is okay? Let me scale back. Because I went too far.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
into
yeah.
it.
It's,
We
it's
got
cool.
into it. With the music, and you said it has been it has been therapy for you.
Yeah.
How does the ones around you, um, how are they receptive to the music that you writing, the things that you saying, how open you are in it? Because your message is very clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Your message is very clear. And it has changed from where you were to where you at.
Exactly.
Because I went back.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So tell me
I
a little
mean,
bit.
the you know the people I do rock with, because I mean, my mother loves my stuff. You
Okay.
know, my mother, and a lot of people they hear
As
my
mama
music.
knows. That's
Yeah,
mama.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. Because you know, my circle is small. I think that's what I'm trying to break down. My circle is small, so the people I do know, you know, that hear my music,
Mm-hmm.
they totally get it. You know, and they wouldn't lie to me. So it's passionate, it's unique, and it's just real. That's honest. That's actually where I got my name from. It's just real, you know. And by them knowing me, it's kind of it amplifies the listen and the perception. Like, damn, you know, that's cold. It's real. You know what I'm saying? But I get that same common response, even from strangers. You know, like you know, and that I think that's what's going to flourish and resonate because music for me. I mean, of course, I'm an entertainer. You have to be creative, you know. But
Yes, sir.
90 to 95% of my music, it comes straight from the heart. You know, I can't. It's either I've been through it, going through it, or I'm close to it. You know,
Gotcha.
so it's always that real feel that everybody gets.
Now this is let's have a truth moment.
Okay.
Let's have a truth moment. Like I said, I've done my listening.
Okay.
I've did my listening, and the growth is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because from I put it down
Right.
to a letter to young me,
Ooh,
completely different.
exactly.
Completely different.
Yeah.
So in between there, it's a story of something was different.
Yeah.
So I ask you, far as with the growth, how much do you think that you've grown, and what was one of them moments to where it's like I gotta switch it up? What was that
Okay.
light bulb?
You absolutely right. It definitely is almost night and day just with the growth. And I think more so with my growth, it's been just a focus of just the music in general, not losing that passion, and also through my journey from I put it down up until now, a lot of hardship put more passion and drive for me, and I have to bring this up because that goes right what you said. I have a pre-production studio at home. So I feel like the more comfort I have, the more experiences I have, you know, it's kind of a melting pot because my mind is always
going.
It's always going.
It don't
so
stop.
I'm always trying to figure out how to be better.
Yes.
What can it's a lot of things I can't even put into words. It's just in my head. How to play with words, bend words, and just to tap into a lot of things. I like to try new things. So to tap into some maybe I haven't. So it's more so like a challenge of myself. And within all of that, it's always a moment in my life that's a negative one that brings on a lot of positive. And that goes back to music being my therapy. So with a letter to a younger me, and pretty much this whole album that's out was written in a
Go ahead,
very,
put that up there. Put that album up there.
very dark
Come on
moment.
now. Come on now. Give him that
It
title.
was
Give
a
him that
very
title,
dark
bro.
moment.
Interesting title for you to even, and I know it's a tie into the name
Oh yeah.
as well, and then to the religion,
Uh-huh.
and also that's a strong statement.
Yeah.
That's a strong statement.
Yeah.
So for you to even put that out there and call your project that,
Uh-huh.
what was the thought process?
The
Like
thought-
how did all that tie in?
I was in a screwed up moment in life. I came up with that title crying in my living room because I was going through something that was pretty much it was tearing me apart. So with my faith and my religion, and some was playing that caught my ear, and that's all I had to turn to was Allah. And I had to pray and pray and pray, and that title came about with all of that pain and that suffering in that moment.
Mhm.
So it's like I put it all together. It's kind of like, Phil, you gotta get up. You gotta keep pushing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get through what you're going through. So all that resonated and came with that title, and it came out of my mouth. Allah sent me to be king, and king of my destination, king of me and what I need to do in life and what I need to accomplish and achieve, not only for me, but my village, which is my 2 daughters and
Mhm.
all my loved ones.
Mhm.
So it's more so within that title is just a full metaphorical force of me building my kingdom, me building my wealth, me pushing and getting over my dilemmas. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that title lays.
What is the process when you are recording, and even though that you say you feel comfortable when you're in your own
Uh-huh.
own space and things like that,
Yeah.
How uncomfortable does it get by spilling them days, spilling them feelings, them negative feelings, and getting them out? How uncomfortable is that?
That's kind of the easiest part. I feel like
Is
record. Yeah, for me personally, I feel like recording
Because I know people that cry in the studio
Yeah,
when they let that out,
yeah,
because it do something to them.
because my creativity is more so on the move. Like I can't, because I don't pen and pad. I don't like to say that because it's such a thing, but I don't pen and pad. I've been doing it so long. It starts with the beat, and I have to start with the hook.
Okay.
That's the process right there. So after about 8 bars in my head, then I'm writing down, and then it's another 8 bars, and I gotta rewind. Number one, the concept and the title is already created. I'm just
You
trying.
know where you want to go with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now that's number one.
Yes,
and,
sir.
and from there, it's just the process of writing. I can be at work. I can be doing something. It's always a constant, thought of wordplay and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because this album was written. It wasn't written stationed. Like I was on the move, whether I was doing something, but it's a formula I built where my brain kind of it works for me. But recording it is sort of the. It's not hard, but that's the hardest part of recording because I record myself, and with the breath controls and the punch in. So that's when the process it's a little work in it. Creating writing is the easy part.
You your biggest critique?
I am. Exactly.
You
I am. Me in a room alone, but it's 3 people talking, and it's all coming from me like it's like, damn, how that sound?
I know what you're talking
saying?
about,
So,
boy.
yeah.
Because even when it's like most people see, I see everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I see all my flaws. So, and I know everybody says that, but it's like, man, that interview was amazing, bro. Y'all
Yeah.
was vibing, y'all was what you call it. But I pick out like, yeah, but you see where I stumbled and you see where I kind of was like thinking too long and I paused too damn long. He probably didn't know what the hell I was finna get.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I do the same exact thing. And that's me sitting in front of that damn in the studio, like, damn, did I say that right? You know, people can just love the tracks, and it's just I'm picking that up. I'm hearing some which they probably don't even hear. You know, I hear it or I think it because I created it. So yeah, that's a tough part, that anxiety and all that. You know, so it's a mental little roller coaster with me creating. To be honest, you know, it is.
That's what's up.
It is.
Let's not even play around with it. Hey man, run that video, man. Run that video, bro. Let's go.
Yes. A letter to a younger me.
Roll! See, I came a long way from the slums. A lot of niggas stuck up in the street like gum. Streets of sanitation scrape you up, now you're done. That mean you go to jail or lose your life to a gun. You leave your kids behind, the preacher hugging your mom. I'll be damned if I go to jail for life, it ain't nothing worth it. Did 30 days in county, felt like hell, that's for certain. I'm glad I had a chance to wake up and learn life lessons. They say the best teacher is experience, is something I'm blessed to have. Mix this and that with this, my life blew up like a meth lab. A lot of blessings I got, some people they never have. I ain't have a mom, some people they have. Cause it's a balance with the two, it's not up for us to choose. Some people gotta win, some people gotta lose. It's hard to tell who's who when your crew is so huge. That's why I just do me. If I'ma lose, I'ma lose. If you do bad or good and get the same results, you might as well do what the fuck you want. That's on me, you can't satisfy the whole world. That's on my unborn. Remember Pops drinking 40s, got the grill going. We was real hungry, we was rocking Payless, no new Jordans. We got in fights, now the school calling, saying we too violent. But they don't see the pain inside us, it's hard to hide it. That's why I'm on bullshit right now and they can't get me off it. I don't care about your threats and all your offers. I had it hard, I could have been an orphan. I'm on my grind and I'll be damned if you throw me off it. That's on my mama who at one point didn't even want me. We good now, when I get on, she still get a house. And everything she desire, I can see her smile. I'm slaying niggas, Michael Myers when I'm stepping out. Going shopping, Santa Claus, he got dressed now. I bought gifts for everybody, bring them in the house. Fake gangsters killing kids, call them killer clowns. I don't wanna hear you talk, not even give you pounds. Just bought a gold watch, that bitch weigh a pound. Put 20,000 in my mouth, got me feeling proud. Can't no broad play me, a nigga been around. If she thinks she could, she high by a PS5. If you do bad or good and get the same results, you might as well do what the fuck you want. That's on me, you can't satisfy the whole world. That's on my unborn. Remember Pops drinking 40s, got the grill going. We was real hungry, we was rocking Payless, no new Jordans. We got in fights, now the school calling, saying we too violent. But they don't see the pain inside us, it's hard to hide it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my man, Pheel IsReal, with A Letter to a Younger Me.
Yeah.
The message is clear.
Yeah.
The message is clear shit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you a personal question.
Uh-huh.
With the day we in, with the bop area, the mumble rapper. You know what I mean? Like with the messages being clear, with the delivery, do you think that matches up or will spill into the times with how you're delivering it? Because the way you saying it is it give you an old school feel,
right?
But everybody, we in a new era, and it's it give a bop. So do you think that's gonna feed through to the masses, or where you're trying to take it?
You know what I do? I feel like there's a lane everywhere. It's all. I think it all determines on how hard I go with it. You know what I'm saying? What you know, how much am I willing to put behind it? And when I say behind it, just first off, you know, just pushing forward, you know, without stalling, just learning the market. Because it goes back to what I said. It's a market for everything.
The analytics. You gotta learn analytics and target audience.
You know,
like that, yes.
and your question, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. Is like, you know, with my music, it is unique and it is different. And with the times we in, it is a whole different type of feel, you know, which I told somebody out my mouth, which that's probably gonna make it even harder for me, you know, to be accepted by, let's say, maybe a label or anybody that's looking for talent. You know what I'm saying? But it's always a lane. It's always somebody, you know,
that feels it.
That feels, you know, and it's just not that one. You know, it's a lot of people in the world. It's a billion people. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a tap in market for everything. I just have to find that and keep going. You know, and I'm willing to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, my music can go a lot of ways, but it's still all me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this song was actually, like, if you listen to AirPods to She Cold, it kind of differs from that.
Yeah.
You know,
you give off the different diversity. You definitely can give it, but it's just the whole point of you still got that, like you said, unique older feel. Yeah. To where it's like you still slow yourself down, even though, because I feel like you really want to get that message across, no matter what the song or the beat says to you. Right. Whether you got to drag it out, that last bar, you got to drag it out. Yeah. You still got to get that last. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just what I feel.
Oh, yeah, no. And I think you're absolutely right. I think you are. And I don't think about that until I hear it outside of me. And how you put it in perspective, like, yeah, it is. It is. It's a type of creativity. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that can always be better for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always working on how to be better.
And that's good because you're not, because I know some artists that's just like, well, if everybody's just gonna have to get on my wave, right? Because I ain't changing the way I'm changing, right? And that can be a hindrance. Exactly.
So I definitely get what you're saying and where you're going. But I mean, I'm very creative. So, you know, I mean, I'm able to switch it up, but it's going to always be more so, you know, me. You know, it's going to have my signature on it. You know what I'm saying? So, because I can do a lot of things, and I never come to that realization until I'm in that creative space, which is the studio, the mic. You know, it's an amusement park under here. So I mean, I got a lot in the bag. You know, it's just give me time. You know what I'm saying? Just give me time.
Now, your name. Let's go ahead and get into the name. Pheel IsReal, and it's already attraction. Your name is already attraction, so it's like, okay, because even with the last name Israel, people's minds already go to the Israelites. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even when they see your video, it's like you have some symbolization of your religion. Yeah. So how do you tie with that message? And a lot of people get turned off by that message, right? Or, you know, with religion or things like that, right? It gets a little tricky when people listen to it, and it's like, man, I don't, you know, like you getting, you're right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Is that so hard, that message so hard that you gonna have to pay homage to that in this whole, if I'm saying that right.
I think I get what you're saying. I think I get what you're saying. I do try to separate the two.
That's and I was trying to get clear with it.
Yeah, I definitely try to separate the two.
How heavy is that influenced in your music to where you're gonna keep it there because it can get overbearing for the actual listener?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna start from the top. The name actually came from, and this actually ties into the question you asked. Well, my name is Philip.
Mhm.
Phil, they used to call me that in high school. The
Mhm.
Israel part, 9th grade, I was more of an outspoken kid. I was quiet into myself, but I had my moments. I was an outspoken kid. I was unique, as we speaking of now. And
Yes, sir.
I used to come to school and they used to be like, Pheel IsReal, not, as, and, being upfront straight, you know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
that planted the
Gotcha.
seed, that planted the seed, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And then along the way, when the religion came about, when I came in with the name, like, okay, Pheel IsReal. So far as the spelling, like you said, they think of the country or, the Israelites and all
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
I didn't want to tie it directly into the title of that name. So I spelt it ISREAL
Mhm. Mhm.
instead of how it's spelled,
Yes.
just not to directly mash the two. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, I mean, I feel what I feel. I know it's in my heart. And just to add on to the question you asked, and I try to separate them, with the convenience of what I'm doing, who I'm around. But I feel like overall, it's going to always be a combination of them both.
Mhm.
Now, some combinations can be less so high than others.
Mhm.
I feel I can balance it out.
Mhm.
I do.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm. 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 It is rappers, artists that have come out with their religion, with Islamic, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
the Muslim thing. You got your freeways,
Right.
you got your Benny Siegels, things like that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
in,
yeah.
in that realm, but it didn't come till after. So they got what they needed to get off, got the likeness, and then it was like they found themselves and they
Okay.
got into that and they delved in it, or things happened to them.
Okay.
So with you coming out the gate like this,
Right.
do you think it might be a vice versa thing for you? Like you coming in, you still gonna get the masses, and then you get there and then try to, in some way, shape, or form, conform to what's out here.
Right. That's a good
playing
question.
now.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I tried. I tried, man.
I mean, me sitting here talking to you now, I mean, I don't think it's an answer to that. Of course, I don't think that, it'll, like you say, hinder or harm me anyway. I mean, that's kind of the vision I want to keep.
Mm.
But I mean, you do bring up a good point, and I guess that's something for me to think about and break down. But
As you should.
it goes back to my will and my push and my belief of what I plan to do.
What is
So
the plan?
my plan.
What is the overall goal? What is the plan?
Well, my overall goal is to actually get to a point where I can live off this.
Okay.
Checks,
mailbox money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting to a point where I can be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because by being my passion, it's really not work. Like I love doing it. So the as you said, my ultimate goal is to make a living off this, and that says a lot more. But that's a simple, answer I feel I can give to give you, sort of a vision or a picture of where I'm coming from.
Realistic question.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about if this don't pan out? Because it's a big figure of who makes it, well, who don't make it, and then it's the little percentage of who do.
Yeah.
But it is the people who say he ain't make it, he's still living comfortably.
Right.
So you wouldn't think, as, let me say, first person that come on my mind is like a Slim Thug.
Right.
He came out hot, had his run, but now he's kind of on the quiet side. You only
Right.
hear him or see him once at a time, but he's still living
Exactly.
off.
That don't mean his finances change.
You
right?
see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So do you even care about the fame part? Want to be seen, or is it strictly like, let me get this paper so I can be okay?
You know what? I'm laughing in a good way. That's something I've been thinking about, like those two things, because somebody put it in perspective. I was in Atlanta a while back at this music conference, and he pretty much, I had never thought about it in that perception, but he said, "Do you want to be rich or do you want to be famous?" See me, I said, I mean, don't they come in one? Don't they come together? He like, nah, those are two different things.
Two different things.
So I had never thought about it like that. He said, man, it's people that you never ever heard of living just as good as a rapper.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I mean, I would like to get the money first. You know, that's and when I say first, that's kind of primary. I mean, the fame, I mean, it ain't a big deal for me. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like somewhere down the line that comes with the territory of my field, so far as a performer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, that's gonna come. But financially, I mean, that's number one.
That's number one.
That's number one. And I have thought, you know what? It only lasts so long though. When you say if it don't work, you know, I try not to really focus. Yeah. Okay. And I just keep moving, you know. But you know, I feel like I'm always have a plan, you know, because I mean I still have to live even through pursuing this. I still have to live and, you know, get finances to,
you got to fund the dream.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
You know, and like I said, I got a family, I got kids, so that structure of doing what I have to do to make it is already there, you know. So will that come from music? I'm definitely gonna try to make sure. If not, I mean, the next best thing, you know. And who knows what that will be, but you know, I'm gonna prevail some type of way.
Well,
you know?
They always say, the work ethic, if you keep hustling, that always outweighs the person who got the talent.
Yeah.
They always say that. And it has come to be true. Sometimes it's just, you might be a freak in nature to where you might be a LeBron James. And it's just like, that's it.
Exactly.
But you do have your people that come from that D League and become one of them boys. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's...
you can't put it all in one box, I feel.
You cannot.
You know?
You cannot. Now, let me ask you, how can I say this? The business. Okay. The business part of it. The business aspect.
Overwhelming.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Very overwhelming.
Yes, it is. Do you have that in order? And when I say have it in order, the LLCs, the copywriting, the BMI, the ASCAPs, do you have that in order to where you can start living off this to where you can get paid for your streams and things like that? Like it's 10% music, 90% business.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So have you got to that point to where it's like, okay, I'm focused on this, I'm kind of mastering on this, things like that, but damn, I gotta take care of this business.
Yeah, exactly. That's right where I'm at. Like you said,
amazing. The
BMI, the LLC, you know, the copyright, like, you know, all that's in order. You know what I'm saying? All that's in order. And that's kind of a number one thing, because, you know, that's the first process I've went through so far as, I want to say, my career. Like at this point, it's, you know, I had to get a lot of business straight, you know, and it's just me. So, I mean, I do plan on running into certain people because it's a lot. Like I said, it's overwhelming. Yes, eventually, I just can't do it myself. You know,
man, talk to them.
You know, I just can't
talk to me.
So I mean, that's the thing I keep in my head. Like, you know, so it's all about that journey of running into somebody, or, you know, building a team that can actually handle things like that for me. You know, come near the future, because it's not a one man thing. You know, I just do what I can do.
But
you know,
to me, the way you moving out here, the way you conducting business and things like that, you're doing it. You're doing it on your own. And yes, it's going to get overwhelming, but let me ask you, do you have a problem putting your trust into somebody?
I do.
With your
all right, and that's
I got the same thing, but
yeah. That's a wall I know I have to get over sometimes. I mean, believe it, it's like I gotta take a chance at some point because I ain't gonna stay stagnant and stay still. I gotta make that move.
Yes,
you know,
you do.
I gotta make that move. But I mean, yeah, it is. It's like, goddamn, I don't know this guy, but it's like,
if it wasn't for my assistant, it probably would have been maybe a week or two till I got with you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
So I had to pass the ball.
Right.
I had to be Kobe for a minute.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I get that. Like, okay, and that told me you're about your business.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's like, shit, I need an assistant. That's the first thing I said because I understand it psychologically too. The movement, I know, because it's a lot of things I deal with. Like, damn, I wish I had somebody to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be doing something else. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of a step at a time, and I get impatient. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, Phil, just focus. Do it one at a time. So I got a notebook. And I write down whatever I need to do within that week or even day. Accomplish one or two of those with my busy schedule with the kids and the work.
Yes, sir.
So I just write it down and I just try to clear that checklist and on to the next one, step by step.
Shout out, Tori. Tori, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, I don't know what I'd be.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You had something very severe happen to you. Something very to the point to where it almost took you out.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that a little bit,
Yeah.
bro.
This was...
Because that's life-changing.
Yeah. 06, 07. I get those 2 years confused, but it was just it was definitely an altercation. But I was at a...
We ain't got to go all
barbecue.
into detail.
Right.
But you know.
Yeah, it was at a barbecue, some things happened that shouldn't have happened. Things went further than they should, and pronounced me dead. Wow. I had serious trauma to the head. So Christ Hospital I was at. I was dead on my way toward the hospital, and shortly after I made it. I was in ICU for about 2 weeks, but I had a major blood clog on my brain, so they had to cut my head open, and all that, so definitely life-changing, like you said, and that brought a lot of things in perspective, especially at that moment, because I didn't really understand a lot until after that. And when I say after, when I just looking in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? Not even knowing who you are. Like, I can't even tell who I am, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of things came about after that, so far as life. Feel where you want to be, what do you want to do, you know what I'm saying? How you living, what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? And I had to take on all that myself, My support system hasn't been, I'm a grown man at the end of the day, but a lot of those choices and a lot of those paths I have to figure out myself. That's kind of how it's always been for me,
Sir. Yes, sir. Support. You did say support.
Yeah.
How does that support look from friends, family, kids?
You know what? I look towards my kids for that. So far as support, I have an older daughter. She's 13. And I have
shout out to the queen. Shout out to the queen. Go ahead. Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, Chloe. Hey. And I have a 2-month-old daughter. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like...
Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, my circle has always been very small. Like, I do have a mentor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Who's helped me through a whole lot and actually can relate to a whole lot that I've went through. So I look forward to my mentor, my kids, just for that energy, but I don't have, I have associates, I don't have a big circle so far as friends. So it's not, I feel like a lot of things I went through so far as, therapy here and things I done learned way back in the day, I feel like I still use a lot of those tools to push forward in the present.
That's great that you deciphered that I have associates. instead of friends.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you decided.
Yeah.
Then you broke that up. Go ahead.
Because I thought I had so and I'm like this for a reason with life and learning. It's like, I mean, of course I can have friends, but I choose not to. So certain things I choose in my present day, that works for me off experience of it not. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that I know or knew are not really doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of cutting off I had to do to even grow in life, because you can't grow, if you're going to, do the same thing. And we all are on two different pages. So what I was doing wasn't really helping me, so far as I'm doing the total opposite of what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to myself and just loved ones. I call my mother here and there. You know what I'm saying? So I pull it together when I need to. But
what about your pops?
My pops, he's in Mississippi.
Okay.
He was in the city, but he moved back about 3 years ago. So, we talk. We definitely talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Balance. You working so hard with the music.
Mm-hmm.
You still got a 9 to 5.
Exactly.
You got to fund it. Your family.
Yeah.
Tell me what that balance is like. And a 2-month-old, bro.
Yeah.
So you ain't even really sleeping.
Yeah. That's a lot. It's a lot.
Your eyes red. You ain't even really sleeping, bro.
It's a lot. And I'm glad you brought that up there, because that's a barrier I'm struggling to work through now, because it's so hard. And I don't feel like it's a way that you can plan it. I feel like, I mean, I just have to go with it. And what's primary, what's number one, what's number two. I mean, so it's more just like a goal. It's not an everyday planning. It's what you need to do and what you don't.
Yes,
my kids, they there. I gotta get them. I gotta take care of them. Work. That's the funding. Music. I gotta handle that. So it's kind of complex to answer that, but I think you get it. Like, I mean, it just has to be done. So the balance, I have to find some time and space for myself to reset.
Ooh,
that's what I do.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
I have to find time to reset. I have to tap in somewhere through all that.
Talk to him.
And gain and put some back in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
This is the type of talk I like. Reset.
And, and that usually gives me a clear vision of the hurdle that I'm about to take on next. So it's overbearing, it's overwhelming, it's hard to balance, but it's all about hitting that reset button at some time.
When was the last time you had to? First of all, let me hit this. At this point in your life, who is that person that can check you?
At this point?
Who is that one person that can check you to where you like, okay. And not even in a bad way.
Right.
Just to get you like, damn. All right.
That'll have to be my mentor, Mr. Dickens. Shout out to Mr. Dickens.
Shout out. Mr.
Dickens. Sometimes, he no holds bar. Like, no holds bar. When I'm doing something wrong, you know what I'm saying? And when I need to do something, he's usually the person to tell me, you need to get on your shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to get on your shit. So he's gave me a lot of tools that I use without actually even talking to me. But he gave it to me to the point, it kind of makes you uncomfortable, like, because you don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I know what he's going to say. You know what I'm saying? So he's like,
you kind of go down there with your head down.
Yeah,
like, damn, I gotta
check the hell out of you. Like, damn, and you got to hear. Well,
you got to hear. And you're going to sit there and listen to it.
Yeah, and it always leaves me with something to think about.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And something to do. So, yeah, I would say him.
What was the last time you had to kill something within yourself in order to grow?
I say about this last relationship I was in. I was married.
Okay.
But when I'm speaking specifically on, cutting something off to grow, she was it. Because my focus was her. And she meant me no good. In the moment, I didn't know that. But after pouring and doing with all this we talking about,
yes,
it's
sir.
like,
yes, sir.
Gets fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I had to let that go because it was toxic. no matter how good,
all
the
to
good
him.
I'm giving, none's coming back.
It's all to him.
None's coming back. So my well is dry, and it's like, okay, I'm doing all this. So who do I have to turn to? You know what I'm saying? So that took, and no diss to her, but that took a lot out of me. And once that was gone, once I went through the phases of getting over that, everything kind of opened up. And that was just to focus, rewind, and just focus on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Got
So
you.
that was the last thing that I cut off to grow.
I like that. I like that. But at least you were aware
Mhm.
and you didn't hold on to it, because some people
Oh, it's hard.
it'll let them sink them down all the way to the ship.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you came up out of it.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
came- when was that time to where you had to, the last time to where you had to check yourself and say, I'm out of order. I'm out of order, and this ain't right. This is just self-reflecting. You know what I mean? This is a part of the show to where you say you got to self-reflect just
I
a
know
little bit.
exactly what you said. When was the last time I had to
And
check
it helps
myself?
me to see what type of brother you are, and how aware you are of yourself, because like I said, in your music, I hear it all day.
Yeah.
So, but the music, sometimes people cap in their
Oh,
music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But in real life, when you ask them type of questions and you get them type of answers, you say, "Oh no, that fit, that
Yeah.
arranges with that."
You know what? When you say specific, because I feel like
It had to be a moment. It had to be a moment.
I feel like I have a lot of those moments. I'm a really subconscious guy. I am. And if I want to be specific, it probably was yesterday at work, and so much issues going on with the work, and personally, my attitude wasn't too good. I was very annoyed. You know what I'm saying? So
your energy wasn't right.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So I had to kind of self-conversate and like, hold on, Phil, just stay cool. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Calm down, Try and speak to people with respect. You know what I'm saying? So I would say yesterday. And that's a kind of a constant process with myself. I'm an overthinker sometimes. So I'm very aware of, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, where I'm going, how I'm acting.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It could be a gift and a curse, because sometimes too conscious is it's just not good for me personally, but I'm always conscious and, speaking, with myself, which I try to get outside of that sometimes. And when I say get outside of it, but relaying that to someone else, because hearing yourself all the time and talking to you, you know what I'm saying? It's very refreshing and good to get that from
The other perspective.
Yes,
sir.
And that kind of closes the gap for me,
Got you. I got you. Now, we almost at the end of the show, but I can't let you out of here. This part of the show right here, my brother, it's called the 10 name game.
10 name. Okay.
10 name game. So basically right now, I fire off 10 things or 10 names randomly.
Okay.
They could be anything. And you have to give me your answer in a one-word answer. So say, if I say music, the first thing that pop in your mind, one word, what would it be?
Rap.
Boom. That's how it goes.
Gotcha.
That's that.
Gotcha.
That's the game.
I think we got it.
All right?
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Here you go. Your babies.
Silent.
Love.
Chloe.
Religion.
Muslim.
Your life.
Great.
Allah.
The master. Well, master. One word, right?
One word. Gotta be one word.
Okay, master.
Master. The Flintstones.
Pebbles.
The music industry.
Gritty.
Mansa Musa.
Extraordinary.
I agree. Black history.
Love.
Last one. Think about this. Your parents. One word. If you could sum them up into one word, what would that be? We always get this. I try to stump it, man. Yeah.
My parents. Them both in one word.
One word.
Strong.
Clap it up. Now, we give you a grade.
Okay.
We give you a grade. It's not only me. It's the good brother over here, my man Hitter. So Hitter, you know how we do with his answers. And what I said, what we give him? What you give him?
I ain't gonna lie, give him an A straight out. He was fast, he was quick, he was rapid, he had it on his mind. That last one, he really gave his thought. Valid.
So you get, so what we saying? A?
I give him an A.
Cool. Appreciate it.
I ain't got nothing bad to say. He was efficient. He was right on track. He had it on point. I give you A too, bruh. I give you A too. That was strong. That was real strong. You got past it.
Okay.
You got past it. One last thing that I do want to know about you, bruh, is I don't know if you have, because I have. And I often do. That last moment, that last breath, when you talk to your creator and you finna get ready to, you know what I'm saying, transition, what would be that last conversation, and what would be that thing you would want to leave, that imprint on this world that we live in?
That last breath, what I would want to leave?
What would you want to leave, and what would that what would that conversation, them last words say?
I would definitely have to have that conversation, or thanking him for me getting to this point, or to that point, you know, and just leave with a very, very high, strong accomplishment, I would say. And that would lie with my kids, my daughters, the world, the industry I'm in, whatever. Of course, you know, my profession is music, but, you know, just for making it, because I wasn't supposed to make it, you know.
And that's why I asked, because you were here, then you left. Now
You know.
you're here again.
Yeah.
So what would be that last?
Just, you know,
that's
Yeah.
That's exactly why I asked.
thank you for getting me this far. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for giving me the motivation, the push, the strength to overcome. You know what I'm saying? That second chance, you know.
Mhm.
And I have to be satisfied now and in that moment of that last breath, you know.
I love it.
So
I love that, man. Tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, everything that you got going on, the project, everything.
yeah. It's boy Pheel IsReal. I mean, you can contact me on all social medias. Pheel IsReal, PheelIsReal. The album Allah Sent Me to Be King is available everywhere you stream, on every platform. Go get it. I'm open.
There you go. Y'all already know, man. Hey, Pheel IsReal. Hey, y'all already know where y'all can find me. Official_YUNG Gotti on Instagram. Where you find all this great content here. Gotti's World Media, man. On YouTube. Also on all major streaming platforms. Go subscribe. Go listen. Go watch. Everything, man. Everything y'all can do. My brother, I appreciate you, bro.
Gotti, I appreciate
The guy
you, man.
that you are, the man that you are. I ask you 2 things before I leave here, man. First thing is, I just need 10 followers from you.
Okay.
I need 10 followers from you. So
you
whether
got
it's a
that.
shout out or whatever, I just need 10.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, man, I just need you to be safe out here and take care of yourself.
Most definitely.
That's the
Gotti.
main thing, my brother.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Love.
Hey, man. Pheel IsReal, man. Y'all know what this is.
Yeah.
Gotti's World Show. We out of here. Yeah.
Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Tune in, don't just come across. We do it all, y'all just for the talk. Might lose your mind when you hear these topics, no cap, think about it. Who you know going this hard, all real, always think about it. Best interviews, who is this? We don't do this, that entrepreneurship. Come and link, join the viewership. Education, relationships, businesses, view the clips. This the Midwest takeover, going overtime to invent on focus. Bringing guests in from all over, whole lot of game, we don't need a closer. Gotti, hard body, Gotti's world, we some mob bosses. Turn them L's to lessons, we don't do the losses. Dedication daily, ain't no other options. Booking up these slots on every show we plotting. Pull up a chair, make sure you watching. Subscribe, get them notifications popping. Pull up all the champagne, we gon' get it poppin'.